Taste on X, I can't keep Monday. I can't sleep. Taste on X, I can't keep Monday.
Hey guys, welcome to another push day. I'm 3 days out from my competition. Today's weigh-in was 147.8, so I'm still at a good body weight after a couple days of carving up. Today I have a 600 gram carb day. I've already had some sort of carb meal, so I had cream of rice in the morning with banana. I've had some rice cakes and chicken before this. Now I'm about to have another intra drink, which I'll show you guys how it looks like. But the main things we'll hit today is gonna be push. However, since I'm so close to the show, I'm not gonna be training till failure RP9, but I'm just gonna talk you guys through in terms of like what the thought process is in training right now, what's the game plan gonna be after the competition, how I'm gonna be trying to bounce back from the cut, right? Because a lot of us, what we do is once we finish losing a bunch of weight, we gain a lot of body fat real quick. So I want to take you guys through what the idea is going to be and the thought process is going to be of how I'm going to bounce back after the cut. Okay, just doing 20 grams of carb in right here because carbs are the secret sauce to getting nice and juicy. Don't skip your carbs. And then another secret sauce right here is going to be 2 grams of pink salt. I've been basically measuring my salt and potassium in this little dabba, right? And what I'll do is I'll have my whole day's worth of pink salt and my potassium in here, and then I'll kind of have it throughout the day. I'm going to have about 2 to 3 grams here. There you go. With my carbs, this allows me to obviously absorb carbs better because you need sodium to absorb your carbs, but also I'll get a juicy pump. And then I'm about to have this batch 27 pump product, okay, within my drink. I know this is a pre-workout, but I've already had caffeine, so I'm going to be sipping on this while working out. So I'll get a little bit of a pump throughout the session as well. And again, main focus right now is just pump, fill all the muscles with blood rather than grow, right? So the idea is just get good blood flow throughout the system rather than get super strong right now, right? So yeah, I'm gonna have this and I'll take you guys to the push day. Let's get it. We're starting off with lying lateral raises. The reason I like starting off with lateral raises is 100% side delts. A lot of us want that X-frame look, so having your side delts massive is obviously major key to that X-frame look. And these cable lateral raises, the beauty about them is you don't need as much stability like a dumbbell lateral raise or even a single arm, because you're laying down on the bench and you can just go ham on your delts and fill your delts with blood flow. And the beauty with that is like you get big delts. But obviously today I'm not gonna go too intense, but I'm still gonna do 3 sets, 10 to 15 here, as I normally would. Okay, so the reason I like cuffs is because, you know, they're nice and fun, but also they make it more stable in this movement. So you just put it on your wrist and all you think about is gripping this, and your grip strength is obviously not gonna be a factor here. You kind of put you on your wrist and then go create that Y, nice and slow.
Out in the 6, I'm a national treasure. That bad me gon' bad me forever. R.I.P. Kobe, but y'all brokey. That's probably why y'all be shacking together. Capo and leader got habits together like couples vacation. They
tell you're training to failure 2 ways. Number 1 is technical breakdown, like your form starts to break down, or the second one is your rep speed starts to slow down because your muscle just can't go anymore, right? So a lot of us, when we train to failure, we think about just going ham and your form is all over the place, but that's not always the case in failure. So make sure you're having understanding of, is it my stability that's giving out or the actual muscle that's giving out? So right here is usually muscle because of how stable the movement is, right? So here, as you saw, my rep speed was starting to slow down, but I didn't want to push further, so I stopped. I'm gonna do a couple more sets here, chill workout, add blood to the muscle. The idea going into the show, let the system relax and breathe, right? Because I've been going through obviously pushing the body a little bit too much, and now I want to be fresh for stage on Sunday. And right now it's Thursday, so the idea is to just let the body relax into the show, carb up, look nice and full and rested for the Sunday obviously show, and then Saturday photo shoot. I spoke too much. Let's get it. Like I wasn't getting carbs, right? So like last 2 days I finally got carbs in the system, and like I'm like, yo, I missed this. Like I just want to work, you know, and I just want to do shit. I just want to get creative. And when I had no carbs in the system, I was just like, yo, like I don't feel like doing it. Oh, don't talk to me. Kept getting triggered. My dog would like call me and I'm like, yo, don't do this right now. But like last 2 days I'm like, yo, let's do this, let's do that. We're like, yo, with the gym we might get a new location. We're looking at the new location. We're like, yo, let me call this guy, let me call this guy, whatever. But that's the biggest part I miss is like, yo, just like working. We'll just wake up for like 5 hours and have full energy and just like do shit. Carbs are a game changer. When I was normal deficit for the whole prep, I was having my normal cream of rice bowl and I would be like, man, I wish I just had a bigger bowl, right? I wish I could just eat more. So yesterday started eating almost triple amount. In the morning, I can't even get to the full bowl. I was like, oh my God, this is too much food, because my stomach's used to eating less, right? So it's wild. The mind is like, I want that. Once you get it, like, oh man, it's too much. Now I get to eat 600 today and yesterday. But it's all based on like my morning body weight and look. Yesterday, I looked really flat in the morning, meaning like my muscles don't look full. They don't have as contraction, vascularity is not there. So last night, I was like, oh shit, I'm starting to see some gains. But then the core starts to get a little bit wider. It doesn't stay as tight. So this morning I woke up, it was tight again. So it's like coach is like, okay, another carb up day. Let's see how you respond tomorrow morning. And then tomorrow morning will dictate how the next 3 days go. In my head, my guess is going to be tomorrow might be another carb up. And then Saturday and Sunday, we'll just be cruising. Hold it, go into the show, sip on a little bit of water, like don't do too much craziness. I think, we'll see.
Yeah, I'm with the AP, for 200K. They told me the frost, rainbow face. They hope I fall off. Ain't no way, I might be alright, but it ain't okay. Niggas got left, niggas went right, I went left and stay left, and ain't nothing the same. They run their lips, I put my purple in the stuff.
So a lot of people, they feel bloated after carbs. Some people feel super lean and jacked, and this is clearly showing how your body responds to carbs, right? A lot of people feel sleepy after carbs. That's usually an indicator that you're not absorbing the carbs good. So either we need to have lesser carbs just to start off with. Secondly, we got to get leaner, build more muscle mass. Third, improve your energy output, right? Cardiovascular health steps, all that stuff. You build that sensitivity to having more carbohydrates, but don't just have this absolute thing in your mind, carbs are bad, right? Because a lot of us think that. Because right now, like I'm using carb for training, but also filling out the physique and getting that look that people look for, right? Like today we'll do maybe like a post video like shoot or post video like posing, and you'll notice I look way more fuller. Waist may not be as tight, but I do look more jacked, right? And that's the look we're going for. Do one more set and then we'll do triceps. Reason delts and triceps to start off with. Those are my priorities to look full. And obviously for a jack look, you want big shoulders, you want big arms. So start your workout off with shoulders and arms, and they're not too fatiguing, so your rest of the workout should still be chill. Shouldn't really impact anything. Second exercise is gonna be a tricep pushdown. I like using a straight bar just so I can load it more, but a rope does the job too. But rope is obviously gonna give you a little bit more of like a squeeze at the bottom, so you can call it like it helps you shape the muscle better compared to a straight bar. We can push the weight a little bit more. Depending on the exercise, I'll do 1 or 2 warm-ups. I'm doing a push down, like I'll probably just do 1 warm-up. It's not like I'm loading 200 pounds on my triceps. I'm probably only going to go 70. So I'm gonna do a warm-up with 40 pounds for about 5 to 10 reps. And then I'll obviously do my other sets with a heavier weight, more so RP 7-8, not the failure, okay? Biggest thing is, with the warm-ups, do the exact same form you would with the normal sets instead of doing it differently. Like a lot of people, when they bench, they go ham on their bar with the warm-up set, but then their actual main set looks completely different. You want to kind of practice the same skill over and over again, okay? I'll do usually 90-second rest when I'm doing smaller muscle group, but main thing with rest, right when you're ready, then do the set, because you want to match and beat your numbers every week. So it's not like a set number of 60 seconds, 90 seconds. Try to keep it consistent. Go when you're ready so you can actually beat your numbers. Don't just try to rush your workout.
Put up the title, yeah, right. Hope that these little niggas really wanna race. I got that fire, I spit crack. I got that face, gon' recite what I say. Came in that ladder, this ain't no.
Well, yeah, 2 more in me. I started getting a little Brampton-y, so I stopped. I'll probably go a little lighter the second set because the elbows were moving too much. But yeah, do feel nice and juicy. A little bit of a pump. It's not bad for 147 pounds, right? We'll see. We'll see the full pump cover being off at the end, okay? Now, guys, the third exercise is gonna be a machine shoulder press. Again, as you can see, shoulders, arms are the priority right now, especially for like men's physique. That's what kind of is like mainly looked at. So right now, I'm gonna be doing machine shoulder press. We'll take you guys through, okay? Let's get it. Okay, so I'm using this pad on my back because the way this machine is set up, sometimes it pushes you way too forward. And the second thing, I'm using this because I'm just short, so I'm putting my feet on this so that way my pelvis can be in a neutral position and I can simply just focus on pressing instead of as I push my low back also arching, okay? So that way you can just sit on the shoulder way better rather than arching your low back, getting constantly out of position, okay? Main thing, focus on the inside of the palm, nice and slow, stay on the delt. I'm gonna do a couple extra warm-ups so that I can go a little bit heavier. So I did 1 warm-up. I'll do another warm-up at around 170, and I'll do a main set at 200. That's what I did last week as well. I got about 11 reps or 10 reps. So this week I'm gonna probably get about 7-ish. I'm not gonna go complete failure, right? But another warm-up in about 60 seconds, and then we'll get into the top set.
I don't wanna talk about ends, I don't wanna talk about friends, I don't wanna talk about how to.
Now I'm gonna rest about 60 seconds before my top set. Obviously, if I'm in a normal training state, what I'll do is 60 to 90, maybe 2 minutes even, but I'll look at my previous week's numbers. This time was 200 for 11, but I'm not trying to beat them this time, so I'm not really in the zone of like I could beat things, but I'm gonna stay close, so that way even after the competition, like I'm probably gonna pick certain lifts I wanna get good at and progress on, and then I wanna maybe take a different route. We're training a little bit where like I built some hybrid athlete type of vibes, right? Maybe I'll start jumping a little bit, skipping a little bit, we'll see. But the main thing is I still wanna build muscle and size with the age to do so. I know I still need much more delts and better ab structure. So those are gonna be focus areas, and then big thing is making sure like my lower body strength, squat, deadlift, RDL, those kind of things will still kind of bring back. But the big things are single leg split squats, single leg RDLs I want to get really good at. To have that hip balance, build that stability and size on the lower body. But yeah, I'll keep you guys updated what the game plan is going to be post show. I've thought about a couple things I want to do, but right now I just gotta stay locked in the next 3 days before I think about the future, right? So 60 seconds and we do a top set.
Yeah, the chef 2 Michelin. Coming to the 6 and we dipping your boys like a christening. Kevin Hart Lincoln, he shook, I'ma put you in sticky predicaments. Till he might come take a stick over like
I had a couple more, I ended up getting 10 there, so clearly undershot. I thought I was gonna get 7. This is probably one of the hardest things to do, is not train to the intensity you can, because you just shouldn't before the show, right? So, I just spit, but either way, it's something where I notice I even have saved some clients from themselves. I'm like, yo, you need to take a rest day, bro. You need to sleep more. Instead of more gym, more cardio, more this, more that, less food. I was like, yo, you need rest. A lot of us just need more rest. Yes, there's a time to push, but right now, for me, it's time to pull. So that way I don't like show up fatigued on stage, right? So yeah, that's gonna be this. I'm gonna go a little lighter, second set. We'll got 10 reps, and then we'll do incline dumbbell, okay? Let's get it. And one of the big things I notice as I get leaner, like the biggest part with this prep, my strength, my size, even though the body weight is going down, like I've maintained really good strength. Like even last week, I was hitting 85s for my dumbbell press for 7 reps, which is only like, I started the prep like 17 weeks out where I was 90 pounds for 6 reps. So technically I gained a rep, but only lost 5 pounds on the actual weight. So strength and losing body fat, sometimes yes, they kind of go together, but a lot of times we can avoid it through improving nutrition around your training, improving your sleep, lowering some of the training volume, right? Instead of just doing more and more in the gym and changing your weights and reps entirely, drop the volume, keep quality, improve nutrition around training, improve your sleep, and you'll notice even while cutting, gains happen while you're actually getting leaner. That way you stay full and jacked, because one of the most common questions like, hey bro, like every time I cut, I just get deflated, I just lose a bunch of muscle, I look skinny. Every time I bulk, I just gain all the belly fat. It's because we change way too many variables at once, right? You want to keep things consistent, just manipulate your energy output, and then slowly energy intake, but keep your energy intake around your training. So that will help us stay fuller, look jacked, even while cutting down. One of my favorite concepts out there, the concept of win the day. I learned this from Andy Frisella. A lot of things happen in life, right? Like, family stuff you can't control, economy we can't control. Someone says this, the client leaves, injury, all these things sometimes we can't do much about in the moment. And I like reverting back to this mindset always whenever things feel overwhelming, which they have during this prep at times. I say, okay, how can I just win the day today? What can I do today just to move forward? And sometimes all that is like, okay, can I get my meals in? Can I get my walk in? Can I get my training session in? Can I just make sure like my clients are good, relationship is good? Can I just do that? If I do that, I won the day, go sleep peacefully. Next day, maybe when you have more energy, you can find solution for the things you're improving or you want to get good at, right? Instead of being in this state in our head of like, oh man, shit's just way too hectic. And when we're in that state, we can't think properly, right? So think about how can you win the day today? And then as we use that mentality going forward, a lot of good things happen because it compounds, right? So my focus is prep, just win the day, where the action items, hit those action items and move forward, right?
Red, you smoke zest, so you stress, boy, that's Reggie. Already got cadets in my set, who up next, boy, they ready. She wants sex.
Ooh, juicy. Now it's time for dumbbell press, more upper chest action. I filled, as you can see, the shoulders, the triceps with blood. Now I'm gonna fill the upper chest with blood, and hopefully that blood stays pretty good. So that way I distribute the carbs around the areas I want to for the actual show, right? So time for dumbbell press. Let's get it.
When we was broke, even when I was poor, I was out here eating goats. Mary had a little lamb, but my mama need a coat. Yeah, I had a Shirley and a Gucci.
Nice little warm up. Now we'll probably do 80s for main set, about 8 reps ideally, and then 70 for down set. Let's get it.
Go to my tailor, got me dripped like hell. Go to my tailor, got me dripped up in a bed. I'm too swift, don't tell about this shit. I'm too swift, don't tell.
Not bad. I got like 8-9 reps. Take it. I can feel my chest here. Holy shit. And then I'm just gonna do a low intense set with about 70s, okay? My 2-minute rest, not bad. I think one of the biggest things that's benefited me during this competition time is I started in a state where I was pretty healthy, right? And what I mean by that is like, I was already eating the way I'm eating right now. Just obviously one off meal here and there. I was already prioritizing my sleep. I was already working out. I was already getting my cardio and steps in. When you have those baseline habits built, if you wanna cut or lean gain, it makes it much more streamlined. A lot of us are in this stressful state of like not having enough sleep, not eating enough, not drinking enough water, and then we try to lose body fat and it becomes like an uphill battle because our body's already going through so much stressors, and then we try to throw a deficit on top of that, and then the tracking, then this and that, the mind gets overwhelmed and it becomes like we're just beating our head against the wall. Anytime a client starts, even I take them through a foundation phase first where they set baseline habits, consistent water, steps, training, eating. Once you have the baseline health kind of developed, and then we begin a cut or a bulk depending on what the individual wants. But that's what the prep has been a little bit easier because I'm basically doing what what I do, a little bit more rigid on the weekends. You know what I'm saying? If you want seamless cut, make sure you already have healthy habits and you just double down on it by tracking details. My schedule changes every day, right? So if I set a specific schedule for workouts and I don't hit it, what do? This is very common when someone has a variable schedule where like you get called in for work, hours aren't predictable, random things happen, right? Having a non-negotiable list for the week. So instead of being like, I have to go Monday, Wednesday, Friday, you go, I have to hit 3 workouts within these 7 days. Yes, on a Sunday, plan it ahead. But if you can't, you still know the non-negotiables will be hit end of the week. And this could be like 3 workouts a week, 10K step average for the week. You might hit 7K 5 days. You might get 15K on Saturday, Sunday. And then last thing could be like calorie average. If you have like 2,500 calorie average, you hit 2,400 during the week. Maybe on weekends you do 2,600. Do average to the 2,500. Have like a non-negotiable list instead of not feeling good that you can't stick to a specific schedule. Because the schedule is variable, right? So non-negotiables, major key. But just don't negotiate with the non-negotiables. That's where we mess up, okay? So guys, I'm going super light on the second set. Main reason, I feel a little bit of my right shoulder and delt. And at this point in prep, there's no point aggravating anything because I'm gonna be stepping on stage in like 2 days. I just wanna stay healthy, you know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna get a nice little pump. Go from there.
Mandy, I can't sleep. Take some X. I can't keep. Mandy, I can't sleep. Take some X. I can't keep. Mandy, I can't sleep.
That one last exercise, we're gonna do overhead tricep extension. Add some blood to the triceps again, and that's gonna be wraps. I'll take you through some posing. Main thing with this one is think about full tricep stretch. Keep your ribs down, don't arch your low back. Elbow to ceiling. And then full stretch at the bottom.
Mandy, I can't walk. My neck go brrr, broke with the grrr, sipping the swirl, it tasting like cherry. My pussy go brrr, my phone go brrr, cats go brrr, and my pocket's heavy. New Machiavelli, I'm in a car and I'm smoking that smelly. I'm short spice, I ain't seen no deli. I get the puff and I re-out Chanelli.
As you can see, from the start of the workout till now, my carbs are going down, so the energy is going down. We're gonna do one more round of that, get some more blood in the triceps, and then we're gonna do a little bit of posing and wrap it up.
Mandy, I can't sleep, take some X, I can't keep. Mandy, I can't sleep, take some X, I can't keep. Mandy, I can't sleep, take some X, Mandy, I can't walk. Mandy, I can't walk. Mandy, I can't walk. Mandy, I can't walk.
A little bit of a, upper back lat stretch before we pose and open up. Foam rolling is great, but make sure you go use the range of motion you create, right? You don't want to just roll all your life. You want to add some blood flow and then go use the muscle group to use the actual muscles and you actually get strong instead of always just stretching.
Can't even talk to my dogs, can't even talk to my. Sometimes I sit in a parking garage and I talk to my watcher, I talk to my whip. It's bees on the table, bees on the table. Okay, it's bees on the table, bees on the table. Okay. I've been on my just in case. I got a whole lot of names and dates and pictures of faces. Save whenever the right time and places. Trust me, I know this. Bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table, bees on the table. Spent months in the corner, just me and my bag. I'm used to this, I'm numb to that. I know I just gotta adapt.
That's the push day, 3 days out. Feel good. I think this time around, I'm showing up on stage knowing that I brought everything I could. And this time around, the big thing I changed was I got ready a little bit earlier. I hit all the boxes that I could. Probably some of the busiest time for coaching, busiest time with the gym stuff, second location. So many things going on, but I think I managed it pretty well. So I'm excited for stage time now. I just gotta show up, be myself, and just basically, actually show the package I know I can bring. From last time, I remember like my waist was not facing the right way. I wasn't posing hard enough. I wasn't sitting on my abs. So this time the idea is show up, have fun, but also make sure I pose the best of my ability and do my best to win. Thank you for the support. If you need any other questions, comment down below, subscribe, enjoy, share, and stay jacked, okay? Take it easy.